Howdy, howdy. Kent Brindley with the movies of June. It's been. I've sat on this for long enough, and I do apologize for that. Let's do the final rundown of the movies of June. According to the film reviewer, the order in which I saw the movies of June. Whatchamacallit? Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Bad Boys 4. The Watchers. Inside Out 2. And Horizon. The order in which I anticipated the movies of June, 5 through 1, least anticipated through the most. Horizon I hadn't even heard of until the last minute. And even after I heard about it, I keep wanting to call it either Homestead or Rust. Simply because Rust sounds like a Western name and was a far bigger and had far more media blitz behind it because reasons. But anyway, I'm losing myself again, and it's called Horizon. At number 5 for most anticipated. Number 4 most anticipated. The Watchers. M. Night Shyamalan, and not called The Sixth Sense. Number 3 most anticipated. Inside Out 2. I hadn't even seen Inside Out 1 until the week before I saw Inside Out 2, when it just looked like yet another Pixar movie and a family cartoon. Number 2 most anticipated, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. I have yet to see any other Mad Max movies at all, and Furiosa's trailers made it look good. Number 1 most anticipated, Bad Boys 4. It gave me an excuse to watch Bad Boys 1 and 2 all over again, and an excuse to watch 3 again, and I'm actually enjoying 3 a lot more than I enjoyed it when it was in theaters. That plus, it gave Hollywood an excuse to ever call Will Smith again. The order in which I actually ended up enjoying the movies of June. Number 5, 5. Number 5, I think, is still Horizon. It was a fine movie, but it was 3 hours long. It was 3 hours long, and it's still only a part 1. And it is so convoluted and complicated that you don't know who the protagonist characters are supposed to be, because I swear there are at least 2 separate factions of settlers, behaving almost like the North and the South, at the same time that there are still Native Americans. Number 4 most enjoyed. I'm going with Furiosa. What was this story even supposed to be about? It was a Fast and the Furious set in a dystopian future. the original concept of Fast and Furious, where it's like rival car gangs. The original concept before they tried to turn them into secret agents or something. No. And the bad guy is literally Thor, and there is a throwaway joke where he doesn't know what Valhalla is or understand the concept. You're Chris Hemsworth. You're literally Thor. Number 3. Most enjoyable. The Watchers. There are constant fourth wall break jokes where there is a literal audience watching the actors while the theater watches the movie. The people trapped are supposed to be like stage actors, and they will cut away to the watchers watching them do a stage play while the theater patrons watch the movie. That plus one of the watchers turns out to be a shapeshifter, and I'm a sucker for the shapeshifter clone. The good guy isn't actually who he looks like. Well, the bad guy looks like the good guy. That kind of trope. I'm still kind of a sucker for that. Number 2. Most enjoyable, Inside Out 2. The Inside Out franchise is actually surprising me for how good it actually is and how relatable it actually is. After all, at the end of Inside Out 1, they had gotten Riley all the way to age 12. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Check out Inside Out 2. Most enjoyable, number 1, Bad Boys 4. Absolutely earned its 4 popcorn buckets, and I would offer it 4.5. Tied in beautifully with Bad Boys 3, which I hadn't even remembered it doing so, because Bad Boys 4 was just good enough to inspire me to look at the rest of the franchise all over again. So we got that going for us. I'm Kent Brindley, and I rate the movies so that you can make up your own mind. Here we are doing the movies of June during the second week of July. I'm sure one of these movies is still floating around for you to check out somewhere, or they'll be streaming somewhere very soon. I'll see you soon.